Everybody, it's me, Lady T. And as you know, my show is called Lady T's Things That Bling, Crafting and Creating with Lupus. I haven't been talking too much about having lupus because it's not really a fun subject to talk about. However, I have it and I'd like to talk to you about it as I go through one of my routines that I do when I'm preparing to put on makeup and when I actually put makeup on. Now, I'm using these cloths from the Dollar Tree and sensitive skin cleansing wipes. And I got these from the Dollar Tree. It's 25 wipes in the bag and they really work well. That's the first thing I wind up doing is cleaning my face as much as I can. And I don't know if any of you out there know anybody with lupus, but our skin is very dry. And usually when we have lupus, we have this other, I call it a rider, and it's called Sjogren's. And Sjogren's makes your skin very dry, makes your mouth dry, makes your eyes dry. Any place on your body that's supposed to have moisture, those places are usually very dry with those of us who have Sjogren's. So here's one cloth, and not to be gross, but still some leftover makeup from me washing my face with soap. So currently in Philadelphia, it's going on 8 o'clock and I'm putting on makeup. But I just wanted to share my routine, one of them, because I don't do this all the time, but so yeah, here we go. And under this, my hair is a mess. That's why I have this on right now. So I let my face dry. And be sure to close these up because they will dry out. So one of the other things I use on my face, or a couple of the other things I use on my face, is this hydrocortisone cream. Because my face gets so dry. And also this Equate cream. It's like Eucerin. It's just a little less expensive, but it does the job for me. What I usually do is I take the cream, the hydrocortisone cream, and I put some in my hand. I don't know if you can see it because of the light. And then I take some of this cream and I scoop it out with my fingernail, place it in my hand, and I rub them together. When I feel like it's mixed good enough, I start applying it to my face. Making sure I get everywhere on my face. And what's left, I rub on my hands. So I do that to keep my face from drying out, because when my face dries out and I begin to scratch it, I begin to get sores on my face and things like that. So I'm not wiping it off, I'm just patting it because I can't have too much on there when I'm trying to put my makeup on. So I don't know if you can really see this or not because I have that light on, but usually when people have lupus, one of the signs of a person having lupus is scars on their face. They call them butterfly scars. Mine's never went all the way across my face, but mine is definitely on my face. Let me put my glasses on because I really can't see when I'm talking to you guys. Let me put my glasses on. And so if you really look right here, you see part of the scar there, and you look right here and right here, that's really starting to grow right there. Also right here, you can see right here and under here. These are all scars that are on my face every day. They don't go anywhere. Also my eye, if you can see this right eye, I have a bubble on my eye that's been there for years. No one seems to know what it is. However, my rheumatologist is trying to diagnose it as sarcoidosis, which I told him no. I don't accept any more diagnosis because I believe I'm healed, and when God's ready for it to move, it'll go. So I'm not claiming anything else as far as, you know, sickness is concerned. So here are some of the things that I use. And I like this palette right here. This is an old palette. And I usually like to stay right in this realm right here in the purples. I don't look good with the blue. I don't know how to do the smoky eye. That's too dramatic right there, so I don't use that. So I usually stay in the purples. Sometimes I use this. Sometimes I use this. And this is for highlighting here. I don't know what this is for. It says the sculpt. It says contour, sculpt, and highlight. And I still don't be know what I'm doing, but I do use this one too to put right here on my cheekbones. Sometimes I use this palette that someone gave me. And I use, again, I kind of stay with the purple colors. That's really kind of my favorite color for eyeshadow, but it depends on what I'm wearing. Right now I do have on pink and purple, so we can do that if I choose to use that. This is another bronzer that I use sometimes. This is my gel that I use to gel down my edges. This is blush, and I usually use this. I don't use it often, but when I do, I use this one. This is my brush to put on my foundation, and this is my foundation. I don't know if you can see that. This is CoverGirl Matte Made D10. I use that. I use my eyeliners from the dollar store, and one of them I didn't get from the dollar store. I use my lipstick, my other brush, my eyebrow brush, and I don't even know how to do the eyebrows for real. I be faking it, but at 55, who cares? This is another palette that I use. Of course, I use the purple, and sometimes I do use the white. And I've had this for a long time. It's really time for me to get some more. These are the brushes I use sometimes. This is the lip gloss I use sometimes. And the eyeliner is where? Right here. This is the eyeliner I use. So, we can get started. This is another blush, and this is really red light, so I don't use that too much. But these are the tools that I use. And let's just get started. Hopefully I won't run out of tape before I can do this. So I already moisturized my face. And this is my CoverGirl D10. To me, this gives the best coverage. I used to have LA Girl. I don't know what happened to those things, because they were good too. And I don't know where they are. So I get like 3 pumps of my CoverGirl, and I begin to put it on my face. Just out of habit, this is what I do, all just like that. I have no rhyme or reason. I just do it. And then I spread it around. Spread it around. I'm looking at a mirror down here, so I can see a little bit better because my phone is a little bit far away. I've been watching videos to try to take tips for how to put on makeup, but I haven't seen anybody with lupus actually do a tutorial. I'm not saying that they're not there, but so you can see the difference already. And I'm going to go through this quickly because this is nighttime, and I'm just doing this because I've been wanting to do this. And I try to cover up my scars. They don't always get good coverage with this. That's why I have to find my LA Girl, because this doesn't usually last very long or provide the greatest coverage, but I can be satisfied with using it with just this coverage and, you know, be okay. Because most of the time what I do when I need makeup on, I don't need it on for that many hours of the day. So, that's that routine. That's the foundation routine. Now, y'all gonna laugh at me, but I really don't know how to do eyebrows. I don't know how to do eyebrows. I try, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. Probably because I'm trying to be in a rush and don't really want to do my eyebrows, so I get what I get. So with my little brush, I've seen people do this on YouTube. I'm not a professional by any means, but I see them do that. So, I can't find my other eyebrow pencil. I don't know what happened to it. I had another one. And is this it? This is it. This one has a pencil sharpener on it. So what I do is basically, I used to just take it and just draw it on like that. And I was looking at some YouTube people and they was like, don't draw it on like that. Kind of gotta fake it like it's... Anyway, this is what I do. If anybody has any tips for me, I'm more than ready to hear what your tips are to help a sister out. Because I do not know what I'm doing. And I cannot pretend. Now you see these people coming in and cutting their eyebrows and making them sharp and all that stuff. I don't know how to do none of that. I don't know how to do any of that. So what I do is this. And remind you, I do not have on my eyeglasses. I don't have on contact lenses, so I'm just kind of faking it till I make it. And I don't know if these are twins or cousins right now because I can't tell. But, oops. So, from what I can see, I'm just going to do it like this. I don't know how to cut them and make them all that, and I don't have the patience for all of that. I think this one is a little more fuller. That's my eyes, y'all, for that part. I don't know. I don't know. Here's my eyeliner. I have to be careful with this because sometimes I get it in my eye. And my whole eye turns black. Crazy, right? Is it still recording? Okay. So I have to do this because I can't see. And the right eye is a little harder to do because of that thing on my eye, which nobody knows what it is. My husband's downstairs looking at a video, so if you can hear that in the background, sorry. So these are my eyes so far. And again, I'm not perfect. I don't even try to be perfect. I just try to look normal with this. I gotta turn my fan on, y'all. I'm hot. So I have that on. And move that back a little bit so it won't be too much noise, but I know it's gonna be noise. So now I have this. Usually when I wear this shirt or another shirt that has pink in it, I usually use this palette. And again, like I said, I use these three. I usually don't try to stray from these three because I really like them. As you can see, the rest of them are still full and these are just gone. Now, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do this all the time. And I mostly use purple. I should have took a before picture. That was that. Or was it this one? Child, I don't even know. Which one did I just use? I think it was this one. I don't know what I'm doing, but I love it though, the purple. I just love these two colors. Like, they just really amaze me. I've been too scared to venture out into other colors because I know a lot of these colors don't work for me. So I just don't use them. Simply because they don't work for me. I really don't want to be walking around looking like somebody's clown that escaped the circus. I don't want to look like that. So in order for me not to look like that, then I use what I know works. What did I just do? Y'all, from 1 second to the next, I forget which one I just put on. So we'll use this middle one. Middle. And then I'll just blend it in, like the girls say. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend. I like it. So now I'm going to take, and we're done, basically. But I did want to talk to you about lupus because I was diagnosed with lupus, and I always forget when I was diagnosed with lupus. My husband always has to tell me because I always forget. But it must have been in 2001 or 2000, I can't remember, when I was diagnosed with lupus. And I had this scar on my nose, and it was real small at first, and then it started growing. And my pastor at the time, he's a medical doctor, and he said, he used to call me TM. He said, TM, I need you to go get that checked out because it could be skin cancer. Of course, I got scared and thinking like, what, skin cancer? What you talking about? So I went to go, he recommended me to go see this doctor. Her name is Dr. Susan Taylor here in Philadelphia. And as soon as I got in her office, she looked at my face and she said, oh, I already know what's wrong with you, but I can't tell you because I have to get the biopsy first, just in case it's not what I thought. So I'm had a whole week got to go by for me to find out what was wrong. And when I went to her, she said I had lupus. Now, she said I had discoid lupus, which is the skin lupus. She took a biopsy by my ear, and she said, explained to me what lupus was. Was I having joint pain? Was I swelling up? Was I having all? Yes, I'm having all these problems. My joints are swelling up. My hands hurt. And this is from when I was a child. My hands used to just drop things because I couldn't feel them. It messes with my feet. It messes with everything. And then when I was living in Jersey, I went to another doctor, and she said that I had systemic lupus, which messes with your lungs, your heart, all your internal organs. And I do have a cyst on one of my kidneys. So, which it doesn't bother me though. It hasn't bothered me at all. So, this one was supposed to be on there, but I don't know how to use this stuff, y'all. So I use this one and put it up here a little bit. I just try to use a little bit because I don't like all that stuff. I don't even know how it looks right now. But anyway, yeah, so she told me I had lupus. And my husband and I were sitting in the car crying. We didn't really fully understand what it was at the time. But as time went on, you know, we began to see a lot of things that were wrong with me and looking up stuff and finding out what lupus actually does to you. So, long story short, I have lupus. Out of 13 children, I'm the only one of my mom's children who has lupus. I did have a cousin. She passed away a couple of years ago. Hurt me to my core when she died. And she had lupus, and she had it really bad. It's my cousin on my dad's side. Her name was Wanda. And she was like so cool to me, and she was like my best friend for having to deal with this kind of thing, because when you have people that don't really understand what you're going through, they tend to kind of dismiss you as, you know, there's really nothing wrong with you, you don't look sick, I think you're just lazy, you know, all kind of things people say out their mouth. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on there. And they don't realize when they say things like that, that they actually hurt your feelings. The old saying used to be, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That's not true. Names do hurt. Words do hurt. And, you know, when you throw a word out there in the atmosphere, you can't take it back. So when you say something cruel and mean to somebody, you can't take it back. You can apologize until you're blue in the face. But once you say something hurtful to somebody, you never, ever, ever can take it back. And sometimes we wish we could. And I know that I wish I could have taken back some of the words that I've said to people. But I can't. And this lipstick doesn't match this, but that's the lipstick I have right now. I don't know where all my other ones are. So this is what I do. It takes me a few minutes to do it, and I keep it pushing. I'm not trying to win an award for being the cutest or anything like that. But this is what And believe it or not, when I wear lipstick, it dries my lips out so bad. Even when I use Vaseline on my lips, if I use chapstick, Carmex, Father John's, the Bumblebee stuff, I forgot what it's called. I don't care what I use on my lips will dry up and chap. And it is most painful what I have to go through with this lupus. And a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot of people don't get it, but some people in my life be like, why do you wear makeup? Because I don't like the way I look. And I'm not going to say I hate myself because I don't. But I can say that I don't like the way I look without my makeup. I look like, I always tell my husband, I look like a monster. Because wearing makeup, without makeup, I just see all of the flaws. I see all of the imperfections. And I do, excuse me, I'm trying to find the alcohol. I do love myself. I just don't like the scars, and I don't like what lupus has done to me. And you have people that say, oh, people that wear makeup, they wear makeup because they don't appreciate how God made them and they hate themselves. Let me dispel that on my behalf. I'm not saying anybody else's behalf. But I don't hate myself. I love myself. I just started loving myself a few years ago because I was beat down and towed down, and you know. I love myself now. I just don't like looking at the imperfections, the scars on my face. And I can say that I'm a grown woman. I'm 55 years old. If the Lord says the same, I'll be 56 in May. So, to those who think that I hate myself because I wear makeup, I don't. I just don't like the scars that are on my face that remind me daily that I have a condition in my body that could literally kill me. So, that's my little tutorial. And, I don't think they're going to let me show this all because it's very long. But I'll try to cut it down and see what we can get. And if you have any tips or comments, please let me have them. All right? Thank you.